Everybody needs some love, needs someone that they can trust, someone they can love for life.
So before I start asking the panelists questions, I have a question for everybody. What does love mean to? What does love to you? What does love mean? What's the definition of love? What have you experienced love? Like, what does love mean to you? Anybody can chime in.
Okay, love to me, darling. Love to me is like the world. Love to me is like, okay, dedication. Love to me is when you're ready to take a life for your partner in the street, no matter where you are, no matter what time, no matter where, no matter when, that you're ready to take that step right there and then, and that you're ready to grasp in and take it more than what a partner has to offer. Then you have more to do for that partner of yours, like, you know, and just go down for love for them.
So love is giving all of yourself.
The world to me, so that's all.
So love is giving all of yourself.
Love means never having to say I'm sorry.
Love is that's a good one. That's gonna be my Facebook status update. That's gonna be my Facebook status update today. Anybody else in the bag? Love? What is love? Okay. Nobody has any answer what love is?
One of those questions you gotta let it simmer.
Let it simmer for a second. I'm gonna ask it at the end.
Learning to forgive. Learning to forgive.
Learning to forgive.
Forgive and not forget, but I guess move on from it.
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay, love is honesty, and love to me is like if you don't care about what you say, you know, you just make that person feel like he or her to feel like.
So I'll come back to this question after. Oh, you go ahead and answer. You had your hand up.
I'll wait till after you answer.
No, go ahead.
Nah, I mean, for me, love, I never felt the love like relationship-wise, whatever. But I love like my community, my family, my friends. You know, that type of love. You know, like sacrifice. Those are people you can be vulnerable with.
Good one.
Love is about trust, respect, and commitment.
So before we start with the panelists, I want everybody to respect the panelists and make sure that you raise your hand. It's one mic because we want to get their perspective, and then we'll infuse our perspective towards the end as well. Okay? So to our panelists, my first question is, what's the meaning of love to you?
Love to me is honesty. It's commitment. Love is loving someone is not always agreeing with the person, but it's always willing to understand and be open, honest, giving, caring to the person. That's what love is to me. Love doesn't have a color, you know. Love doesn't have a look. It's a feeling. And in the Bible it says, I'm a church boy, but in the Bible it says love is patient and love is kind, and that's what love is to me. So yeah.
I mean, for me, I think love is, I don't think there's a definition. Like, I don't really think there's like a true definition of love. I think it's just like you get all those emotions and feelings all together, and then love is just that one word to describe it all together. Like the happiness, even the going through it part, the sadness of everything all together. Can you not?
What is love?
What's your name?
Justin.
I agree with Justin. And although I like every comment that I heard so far on what love is, my honest opinion, those are the results of love. To actually give a definition of love, I think if you go around and you ask everybody's definition would be different. But to me, like what he said is, I'm be honest, I'm good at describing things, but I was sitting there wondering, like, damn, how do I say what is love? Because my definition, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm even hearing the first person what you just said. To me, that's a result of love, or infatuation, or, you understand what I'm saying? Or like you stepping up with somebody, or you using that, because even if you're not honest with a person, or you're not this and that, does that mean you don't love them? You understand what I'm saying? So, like, what is love? Like, to me, it's a feeling that's undescribable. It controls you. But for me to actually give you a definition, I don't know. I'm 42 years on. I'm still searching for that definition. So I really don't know.
That's a good one. So the next question is: have you ever experienced love? Have you ever experienced love from your definition of the word? Have you ever experienced love? Malik, why don't you talk about it?
Yeah. Yes. I've different stages of my life. I experienced different, let's say, definitions of love. At the moment when I was in, I thought I was in love, and I say that now because where I'm at in my life, I have a love for myself that I never had before. I say that is because if I had the love for myself that I never had before, then maybe I wouldn't have went through some of the things I went through in the past things with relationships. So, yeah, I experienced it. I experienced it like anybody else, and I just think as the times goes on, and through experiences or some failures, you know, no matter what a person tells you is this and that, you have to go through the things on your own, and then once you see, then you realize that just hopefully you have something left to love somebody else. But not to bore anybody up, but my ultimate like love now is so important to me for self-love and love for God. You have that and everything else. Right.
I like that answer because really if we don't know how to love ourselves, how do we learn to love somebody else?
That's right.
That's very, very, very deep. Because sometimes we don't love ourselves as much as we give to other people. And you know, think about how much you give to somebody else, how much do you give to yourself? I think that's a really, really good answer.
I experience love, like Malik said, in so many different ways. Every day I experience the love between me and God, and His love for me and my love for Him. As far as relationship, I was in love 5 years ago. I met a guy. I was in love 5 years ago. I met a guy, and he made me feel like no other. Like he accepted everything about me, even the things I hated about myself. He accepted. I was insecure about a couple of things, and he just made me feel like all my insecurities, all my flaws, he made me feel like they weren't there. And so yeah, I can say I was in love. Yeah.
Justin?
Well, for me, I think, I have felt love, mostly by my friends and my family. Like, honestly, like, my friends sitting in the back. Like, and y'all in the front too. Y'all family, girl.
Shade up in you?
Like, I feel like, no, I feel that love. Like, I feel like it's a connection thing. Like, for me, like, as a relationship though, like, I could say I was in love, but like, I feel like I'm not really sure anymore. Like, it feels like I was in love at the time, and then now that I look back at it, it feels like I was in love for some of the time, and not really all of it. So.
Okay, the next question is, are there some individuals that you say model love in their relationship? I guess could be family, could be celebrity, could be friends. Is there anybody in your life or that you look up to or that you see that models what love is supposed to mean to you, or love that you want to look forward to or have already?
Oh.
I'm gonna let you think about that for a minute. Dominique.
Yeah, I'm gonna name two. I love Beyonce's and Jay-Z's love.
That's what I was gonna say.
I love that. It's real. It's authentic. You can tell the way when she speaks of him, how he speaks of her. And I also love Obama's. The Obamas. Oh man, that's like elegant. It's classy. You can just tell Michelle, sorry, my friend, you holding her shit down. So that's what I like about those. I think they model love.
I feel like my grandparents on my mother's side, like, they model love for me. Like, I never seen, like, my grandmother talk so much about one person before. Like, all she does is sit there and talk about them. Even when they're arguing and fighting, all she does is, like, talk about the good things about him and stuff like that. So, I mean, my grandparents. Even my grandfather, too. But he talked less, but...
No. I mean, far as I second what Dominique said, far as I smile whenever I see pictures of Michelle and the president's wife. But that although he's the president, his respect and his admiration for his wife and husband. I feel something inside whenever I see pictures of that. However, me looking up to people when they're coming up in my household, didn't, no. There was nobody coming up where I say that I want to be like them. If anything, I wanted to be different because there was so much arguing. It was so, you know, I used to be part of a group called Adult Children in Dysfunctional Family that it was speaking about how things can be imprinted on a child when they little and can pick up things. And the things that was normal to me in my household, to me, that's what I thought what a relationship was about. You know, the yelling, the arguing, and this and that. You know what I mean? To me, I thought that was love because it was the only thing I was exposed to until I actually got out and see different things. Then I was able to, you know, but I had to go through a lot of learning and do that. But it was nobody. Even like my grandmother, anybody was nobody. So I had to go search and learn on my own.
So the next question is, what are your views on how love is shown in relationship, shown in a relationship in LGBT communities in a positive way? What are your kind of like, what do you see? How is love shown or given? I guess it could be just, you know, it could be relationship love, it could be familial love, it could be, love is so many, there's a lot of different levels. So how do you think it's shown in LGBT community?
Oh, well, I feel like when I see love in like the LGBTQ community, I feel like it's shown like through stuff like the posters here and stuff like that. Like it's always like visual, like you can see it everywhere. Like I feel like you can see the love like even like with like friendship and family and stuff like that. Like when you go to balls and you see people hugging after they battle and stuff like that without like all the shade and stuff and like stuff like that.
I come from a small town like in Delaware, so when even Maryland. Well, I was raised in Maryland most of my life in Boone. Yeah. So when I came to New York, I was like, oh my God, it's great. Like everybody loves each other here. You know, you go to pier, you see the guys holding each other's hands and stuff like that. So but I noticed that now that I'm older and I realize that's not really love. It's what I call love. It was more so just girls holding hands. But a lot of times in this community where I see love shown at is through friendships. Like the love I have for Aisha and she has for me, the love that me and Malik share, the love that me and Luna share, the love that I share with. I'm a loving person, so I kind of like love everybody. I can be shady sometimes. But a lot of times I see the love present through like gay families. You know, a lot of times you see it from your friends. That's where I think in the LGBT community, where we mostly pull love from is from our friends, and more so than relationships, because a lot of us aren't in relationships. So yeah.
I kind of have a lot to say about that.
So go ahead. Knock us out. Knock us dead with it.
Again, I'm 42 and I've been in the community a little longer than a lot of people, so I don't want to say it's non-existent. If you pay attention in the community, you'll think it don't exist. I just said, and not to speak down on the community and all that, it's a problem that we have in the LGBT community. And to be honest with you, I was in a 7-year relationship and no one respected the relationship. You would think that people would be happy that you're in a relationship. You understand what I'm saying? No. Not blaming things on Facebook, that don't help.
Yeah, social media definitely helps.
It doesn't help. I don't come down on the gay community. I like who I am. I love who I am, but it's a thing. I can count on one hand since I've been out the people that actually was in faithful relationships since you know all the people I met. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't know. I had a conversation about this recently with somebody, and they was like, "Why is that?" I don't know. Maybe because when we were young, we was taught that being homosexual, being gay is taboo, and you have to. Then if you do that, then how do you express openly that you even love somebody, you care for somebody, because you somewhat have to sneak and be who you are? I don't know if it's any truth to that, but I just try to come up with an understanding because I don't know. As long as I've been, that was one of the hardest things in my life to even admit that I was gay, than to actually be in it. I'm trying to prove that I'm this person and I'm that person. And that, you understand what I'm saying? No, I'm not with the hookups and this, and I'm more a relationship-oriented person. And it's been more of a struggle, you would think. You understand what I'm saying? As a person, one of you think that people will be all up for that. But, like, I'm talking about as friends that I have the closest to the friends, or they'll just meet. They don't respect relationships. Everything is about a hookup. You understand what I'm saying? And it's you know, to each his own. But a lot of how society sees us, we have a lot to do with that. You understand what I'm saying, though? A lot of times we sit back and we say, you know, they don't like us, they don't this, and they don't like that, but then we never look at but what the energy we give back to society. You understand what I'm saying? What they looking at us. We don't see that. You understand what I'm saying? We always judge, we're like, ooh, they came at us, but then we don't hear the things that we're saying or how they looking at us. You understand what I'm saying? But not only that, you may reinforce what they already felt about something, because they might have somebody in their neighborhood that they can't stand who's homosexual. You understand what I'm saying, though? And you might have done something, so who knows? Or whatever. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, I'm not going to say it's non-existent, but I really understand when someone finds someone and they're in love, that they're strayed away from the community. I said this, and I think I said it to Dominique last night. I spoke it after Stacy's funeral. I'll speak about that a little later. That was my partner 7 years that I killed 2 years ago. And I spoke after a funeral and I said, we're the most discriminated against, but yet we discriminate against each other the most. And I say that not to use everybody's time up, but it kind of bothers me that we'll go in a club and there'll be like 300 people. If you go around to a couple of people, you'd be like, what's wrong? I don't like nobody in here. It's like let's be honest though. I only say that is because it's a thing that we all come together because we have something in common, but then we don't like each other. So where is the love? You know what I mean? Like we talk on certain things like one, you have to have self-love, you love yourself. But even to love others, like there's a good thing we talk about love and relationships. What are my relationships with a person that don't even have to be intimate? It'll be my relationship with just other people. You understand what I'm saying? Where is the love? There's so much hatred within it. And a lot of that comes from hate breeds hate. A lot of us was kicked to the curb so much at an early age. You understand what I'm saying? If you give somebody a compliment and quote unquote, don't talk like that, but I said the shade, that you know, the this and that. If somebody gives you a compliment, you're like, yo, you know what I mean, you take it as something different, and we've been disrespected or kicked to the curb so much. You give somebody a compliment, and they don't even not take it like, Aisha, you look nice today. Like, oh, is he trying? Do you understand what I'm saying? But do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why I asked, like, where is the love amongst the community? Like, not even just with a relationship aspect. Where's the love amongst each other? Where is it? It is almost non-existent.
That's a good point.
I had a dream last night.